I do believe it would be to your benefit to share with you a little bit of information on where the information I'm going to provide comes from. You know, basically, I don't want you to think I just read a magazine this morning and decided to come here and give you some tips. For a little over 10 years, my wife and I have helped people reduce their waistline. That means we have helped people lose weight in excess of 200 pounds, the majority, 40, 50, 60 pounds, and keep it off by making the approach part of their lifestyle. Basically, our goal is to show you how to eat the foods that you love and to meet you where you are. So if you like Mexican food, chile rellenos, quesadillas, tamales, etc., then we're going to show you how to eat those foods so that it's part of your life as you're reducing your waistline. And if you're eating the foods that you love, why would you ever gain the weight back? If it's Italian food, then we're going to focus on showing you how to eat spaghetti and meatballs, lasagna and pizza, and the things that go with Italian food, and get to where you want to be and continue eating the foods you love and never be concerned with gaining the weight back. So it doesn't matter what your taste or preference is when it comes to food. My job and goal in life is to show people how we don't want to give up those things. But I want to show you how you can continue to have those things and never experience the negatives associated with dieting. And that's deprivation, restriction, etc. So a lot of the information I am going to share with you may come across new. It may sound familiar. But when we put it all together, it's information you can implement tonight. So I'm going to give you that. This is your time. This is your opportunity. Right here, right now. This is the beginning. Are we excited? Yeah. Okay. Is it sounding too good to be true?
Yes.
I hope so, because that's where we want to begin. My goal is to win you over. Okay, that means I want to knock down all the walls that you may have up, and I'll start to see that as your arms unfold and your fingers start to unlace, because that means that we're not guarded anymore, right? And actually, everybody's pretty open, so it's a great thing. Now, a lot of the information I am going to share with you is used to help these people get where they want to be. And there's no age limit on the information I'm going to provide. So I want to share with you just a couple basic stories of inspiration to kind of break down the walls, get us to know each other, and then we're going to go right into how all this works. One of my clients, her name is Gloria Tracy. At the age of 63 years old and being the district manager of a very popular, well-known weight loss company. And this is a woman who experienced dozens of diets. I mean, she had horse urine injected in her at one point. She went into a facility where she had two people stand next to her and just look at her and yell at her, tell her how ugly she was and how overweight she was. And I mean, there's been a lot of different diets over the years, whether it's the banana diet, the cabbage soup diet, a whole bunch of these different diets that people just come up with to help people lose weight. And often you'll lose weight, but the challenge is, can you keep the weight off? And that's because whenever you deprive yourself of the things that you love, eventually, even when you get to the weight that you want to be at, you're going to go back to eating those things. And then the weight is going to come back. And that's what I meant in the beginning when I said you want to have an approach that is your lifestyle. And as you drop the body fat, then it's that lifestyle that's going to support you keeping the fat from coming back. And so Gloria Tracy, as she was sitting down in front of me at 63 years of age, looked me right in the eye, leaning forward. I'll never forget that moment. And she said, "Robert, I don't even know why I'm here." Because she could look at anything and tell you how many calories was in whatever it was. She knew. She had the knowledge. She had the education. She was an executive. She was very smart, very, very intelligent. She knew a lot. She was eating 800 calories a day, and her weight had come to a halt. Well, today, Gloria Tracy, at the age of 70 years old, is about 55 pounds lighter. She is getting ready for the Las Vegas Marathon. She's going to run it with her kids, her kids' kids, and one of her great-grandkids is going to be part of this big race. Now, at 63, 7 years ago, she didn't think that was possible. And the thing that opened up her eyes is when I looked at her and said, "Gloria, we can make over your metabolism. We can reset it, and we can boost it, we can accelerate it, and it doesn't matter about age. And guess what? We're going to double the amount of food you're eating right now, and we're going to lose the weight." And she thought I was crazy. But you know what? It was something she hadn't heard before. And she knew that if you want to achieve something you have never achieved, sometimes you got to do the things that you have never done. And so she became a client, and she's a success. Soon before that, I had a woman call me named B from Carpinteria. 73 years old, and her whole goal in life was by the time she was 75, she wanted to be in the best shape of her life. And she asked me on the phone, am I crazy? And I said no. So I encouraged her and got her to drive down from Carpinteria. And at 210 pounds, we got B down before she turned 75 to 145 pounds. Mm-hmm. Now B is now traveling all over the place. I think she turns 80 this year. You see what I mean? She didn't think it was possible because of age. She had this thing in her mind that my metabolism had slowed down. And at times I heard her say that she didn't have a metabolism. And I helped her realize that if you didn't have a metabolism, you wouldn't be breathing. You wouldn't be alive. We all have a metabolism. The goal is to learn or discover how to naturally rev up our metabolism. And that's a big part of what I'm going to share with you today. Okay. Whenever it's time to eat, I want you to think of being in two different modes. You're either going to be in what we call fat storing mode, or you're going to be in fat burning mode. Which mode do you think I would like you to be in all the time?
Fat burning mode.
Yeah, fat burning mode. And so everything that I'm sharing with you is based on you staying in fat burning mode all day long. And the basis of that is keeping your blood sugar levels even throughout the day. If your blood sugar levels drop too much, you move from fat burning mode to fat storing mode. If your blood sugar levels are really high, then, and I'm going to explain what that means, then you go from, again, fat burning mode to fat storing mode. So we want to keep our blood sugar levels even throughout the day. That's why this is diabetic friendly. That's why it's heart healthy. That's why it works for everybody. Because the goal is to keep your blood sugar levels even throughout the day. And then we're in fat burning mode. Okay, so which mode are you in right now?
Fat storing.
I hope you're in fat burning mode. But we're going to find out. And the cool part is that within seconds, if not minutes, you can automatically throw yourself into fat burning mode. So you will have that information. And you'll have the information so that when I see you at Kmart or wherever you shop or Trader Joe's, if I walk up to you and I'll say, which mode are you in? You will be able to say without hesitation, I'm in fat burning mode. Or you'll say, you know what, I'm in fat storing mode. But you'll have the information that you can implement to put yourself right back in the fat burning mode. That right there is worth an applause. Okay, so we use a phrase called the glycemic profile. That means we want to optimize our glycemic profile. The glycemic profile is your blood sugar level your blood sugar levels. So we want to optimize it by keeping them even throughout the day. So we do that by using food to lose fat. Number one is to learn how to combine your foods in the right way. Okay, now everything I'm going to share with you right now as far as how we're going to combine the foods is what I call mama approved. Now, if you're a school teacher and you want me to say it differently, I could say mother approved, but I'm from Indiana and I grew up saying mama.
That's right.
Now, the reason I say it's mama approved is because the last person to listen to you is your mama. And as a parent, I'm sure the last person my kid's going to listen to is going to be me. They'll listen to everybody else. But when you can get your mama to listen to you and to believe in it, then you got something. So I got my mama to believe in this. And so that means we have something. So I said, Mom, all you got to do is combine your foods in the right way. And she said, okay, that sounds too complicated. I said, no, it isn't. I said, the first thing that you want to do is you want to have a plate. And you're going to have a plate when it's time for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And I want you to be thinking success. So we're going to call this plate a fat loss plate. Not just a plate. When it's time for you to eat, it's going to be called a fat loss plate. So her thoughts now are moving her in the direction that she wants to be. She wants to get rid of some body fat. So I'm going to call it a fat loss plate.